Well, hello, trader nerds. Real traders never trade alone. They trade with their fellow nerds. We got Dan with us. We got DB. We've got Don. We've got Edwin Pruitt Chevrolet. We got Hal. We got Jim B. We got Lee. We got Matt Jolly Wally Roll Tide. We got Mike Shaw. We got S. Granger and Vicky with an I. How are y'all? We are continually in the house of pain. It is a matter of fact that it is just day after day after day of doom and gloom and gloom and doom. And what do we need to know on the market? With a high level of uncertainty surrounding the possible effects of a trade war, stocks and bonds were not helped by another surprise decline in inflation and conflicting information. Putin, we agree to stop fighting in Ukraine, but it should lead to long-standing peace. This has to eliminate root causes of the conflict. Let's see what else we have here. If the EU tariff is not removed immediately, the U.S. will retaliate. U.S. to shortly place 200% tariff on European wine. Friend, time to open the Boone's Farm and the Mad Dog 2020. Things are getting rough out there. Rough. So market down 1.56% in the NQ. The E-minis are down over 1%, and there is no relief. The only good sign of what we're doing is our fake scalping in our paper money account. You see here, we're up $1,054 on the day. I'm kind of finished for the day. We did 15 trades. Our average trade time was 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Our profitable trades were 13 out of 15. We did lose on 2 trades, lost $460. But with the profits and the losses, we made $1,054. This kind of shows you the winning versus losing trades. So I think there's something there. I think, here's our equity curve without feeds. So I think we're doing good. Here's our equity curve with fees. So we did take a little loss there, but we really brought it back pretty good. This has been a bright spot, y'all. Look at this. My longest trade was 8 minutes and 37 seconds, and I was in the house of pain. But it came back as it sometimes does. And I'm probably building bad habits, but my friend says average into losing trades. And that has been a winner so far. Now, the day's going to come, and I realize that because I'm a big boy, that I'm going to get smacked in the head with the scalping and the price coming back and popping me in the head. And then I've got 3 or 4 contracts. I realize that. But so far, so good. Remember the other day, I was at $34,000 on my equity curve. So we brought it back to 43, almost 44,000. We started out with 50,000. So we're not doing good. It's not time to just kind of, raise the flag and say, hey, we have made it and plant the flag on the moon. It's not like we've accomplished anything. We are definitely down in that account, but I am really excited over the direction that we have. I think we're really good. So very proud of that. So AD was the story too. Here's all I did is I followed AD in my trades. And every trade, you could say, well, Bobby, you should have just done one trade. You should have hit it right here and stayed in all the way down, but I did not. But I did wait until we had these up moves to VWAP, then I shorted, and then I'd wait till we had an up move, then I shorted, then I'd wait for up moves and short. That's basically what I did, is wait on these up moves and then short. And it worked out really good following the AD. If we were following AD now, we would say that price goes up. Remember how I was taught by Mr. Tony Rago is that AD leads price, it leads ES, and then ES leads NQ, and then NQ normally follows. If you were looking at this chart and this chart, you would say these are two identical, without looking at the actual prices, you would say these are identical charts, right? Everything looks the same. And it is because ES leads our friend NQ. Also wanted to show you this. The VIX has gone down to 24. Do you remember yesterday when the VIX was at 29? Do you remember how fast the DOM was moving? It still moves fast in the NQ, but watch, it's not moving nearly as fast as it did. Look at this. It's a lot slower. See this? a lot slower. I know it looks fast to some of you, but comparatively speaking to what this thing was doing yesterday, this is slow, and it was very well received. So let's see how bad we're getting beat up in our account. It's just day in and day out grinding now. So we're back under 60, above a little bit above 64,000. Says we're down 1,700. I didn't know we were down that much on the day, but this is the house of pain. And now we've still got that position. Let's see, our bill is doing what bill does. The TQQQ is in the house of pain. And we do have that putty in there that we will probably try to roll tomorrow. If we can't roll it for a credit, we'll probably just let our sales get expired and let that thing go down toward expiration to see what happens. Let's see how our MES is doing. Our naked put is down $253. These put debit spreads are bouncing up. Look, $82 there, 116 there, 81 there. Not a lot though. Let's see what our last one is doing. Our last one is up $96. So, they're doing okay. It's just our TQQQ is getting wrecked, but we knew that this would be a very volatile instrument for us to trade, and so we're willing to accept that risk. Let's look at our hedge for the day, see how our hedge looks. And looked at it in a couple of days, 40% down. Get all this done, and today is the 13th. Hard to believe. So we got a $31,000 hedge to the downside. A lot of you would have already abandoned the hedge and said it's not working, but trust me, on our linear regression, this is not a crash. If it happened in one day, it would be a crash, but this is not a crash. This is just a orderly poo-poo because we do not like President Trump and uh his little jerkish ways of tossing these tariffs out here. This is all this is. This, remember, was uncertainty as to President Trump and his talks of tariffs. This is actually President Trump. We don't like what you're doing with the tariffs. So again, I am willing, more than willing, to give him a little bit of grace and mercy, right? And to see if what he's trying to do, it will work. But I wish that he would say something if he would back it up and not just back out of it and say, well, I changed my mind and all of this kind of stuff. I mean, do what you're going to do. And I understand that people are saying he's doing it so he can negotiate with these other countries. But my goodness, uh, how about this? Negotiate with them behind closed doors so we don't hear all this stuff, because this is really making the markets jittery. And the more that we keep down in this little line, and now look at our linear regression, y'all. That's a straight line. Look at that. Actually, it's pointing maybe up just a little, but we're flat now, and we don't like this. And President Trump will get less grace and less mercy from the American people as our 401ks and Roth IRAs and IRAs go down. So it's something to think about. I just hope that I do see that he's bringing jobs back to America. Problem is, because of these tariffs, the goods are going to be higher for the populace, right? It's going to be higher. We're going to be all spending higher money for different things. So I did hear yesterday that the price of eggs had fallen a little bit. I had heard that gasoline had fallen a little bit, but not where I live. When President Trump went into office, it was $2.99. I made sure to make a note of it, and it is still $2.99. So we want the gas to go down. We want the eggs to go down. We want all that to go down. And I'm not sure if all this tariff talk is helping us or hurting us. So, and I'm one that voted for President Trump. So I just hope that he knows what he's doing. I'm willing to give him a little grace. And let's see if he can pull a rabbit out of the hat, so to speak. So that is our session for today. Here's what I've got planned for us tomorrow. If y'all are interested, let's see, I have a chiropractor appointment at 9:30 Eastern in the morning. I probably will be back around 10:30 Eastern time, and I would like to do a live scalping session with everybody, and then we'll have our regular session at 2 o'clock tomorrow. So be looking around 10:30 Eastern tomorrow. We'll probably have a scalping session where we will scalp live together and show you what I'm seeing and see if we can keep our streak up to 9 straight days in a row. of making over $1,000. That would be cool. And then we'll go at our regular time tomorrow at 2 o'clock. All right, love you to pieces. Y'all have a good day. Let's see what you're saying there. I hate when the chiropractor cracks my neck. Mike, here's what I've told my chiropractor, and I've been to 4 different chiropractors, and they've all complied. I tell them I don't want my neck cracked. You can push on my back, you can jump on my back, you can roll on my back, you can waller on my back, you can drop a bag of flour on my back, but don't pop my neck. And so they don't, they take that little thing that goes click, 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 and they do that on my neck. But I do not let them crack my neck. You're right, that freaks me out. Freaks me out. All right, guys, love you to pieces. Thank you for being here. We'll scalp tomorrow, then we'll have our regular session at 2, and I will see y'all tomorrow.